Hey guys, how's it going? Brooksy here again. This is part 2 of our IFR King Air 350i tutorial series. We are on the ground here at City Center, flying out of Toronto, and we're heading up to North Bay today, just before sunset. So it should be a nice little flight. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so we have filed our flight plan. We went over the route. We went over the weather. We went over the weight and balance. We have enough fuel. Everything's good. It's filed. All we have to do now is call up and get our clearance, and we should be good to go. So let's just do some flight simulator stuff here. ATC, the radio's off, obviously, because we don't have power. I don't want the AI off. So the next thing we can do is go ahead and just do our pre-flight check. So you'll be checking your fuel, everything like that. Let's say for the sake of time, we've already done all that stuff because I know it's going to be good because it's flight simulator and we don't have any programmed failures. But you know, in real life, you want to go through everything, run your checklist. And honestly, they do have a checklist feature in here, which is nice, but I don't really use it. You could if you really wanted to get into it, but it's missing a lot of stuff, right? Like it doesn't have the pre-flight that you do or anything like that. So I say why even bother. But anyway, let's go ahead and turn the battery on here. Coming alive. Check your ACOS is there. Park brake. Yep, that's all normal. That's expected. Go ahead and now access our radios. So let's go ahead and bring up ATC here. Want to tune the automated weather, get the ATIS, that's the most important thing.
Charlie Yankee Tango Zulu automated weather observation 2300 Zulu. Wind 271 at 11. Visibility tree. Sky condition few clouds at 1,100 feet, few clouds at 4,100 feet, few clouds at 12,200 feet. Temperature 18C dew point 10C altimeter 29er
29er 89er, okay. Set that right now. 29er 89er.
Charlie Yankee Tango Zulu automated weather observation 2300 Zulu. Wind 273 at 11. Visibility tree. Sky condition few clouds at 1,100 feet, few clouds.
Yeah, visibility 3. It's definitely more than that. That's a mistake. Like it's just not reading properly.
10C altimeter 29er.
It's all good. Okay, so then we turn into the approach. 133.4. That is programmed in there, and we can go ahead and request our IFR clearance.
Approach Beechcraft Charlie, Golf Sierra Charlie X-ray ready to copy IFR clearance to Charlie Yankee Yankee Bravo.
Beechcraft Charlie, Golf Sierra Charlie X-ray is cleared to Charlie Yankee Yankee Bravo Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency is 124.9er 25 squawk 5474. Clearance void 30 minutes from now.
It will squawk 575, or correction, 5474, and we'll contact departure 124. Maintain 5,000 on the departure, and we're void 30 minutes for Sierra Charlie X-ray.
Beechcraft Charlie, Golf Sierra Charlie X-ray cleared to Charlie Yankee Yankee Bravo Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure is 124.9er 25 squawk 5474. Clearance void 30 minutes from now.
That's correct. Awesome. Over to ground now, and we will request a pushback here. Got our ground crew right there waiting for us. Parking brake is coming off. We have the signal for the pushback that we're ready. Outside. Pretty cool. Nice little feature they added. They don't push us back into any of the traffic here. Really, I just want them to spin me around, but this is a taxiway here. We don't want to block that. Should be moving. It's like something weird is going on here. There we go. Just take a second. Pushing us back. Lots of clearance now. This guy's coming into land or doing something. Oh, man. What is he doing? Okay, well, he just flew into the ball, so that happened. Okay, pushback is complete. Let's go ahead and crank him up. Back in the cockpit here. Got the battery on already. These guys can up out of feather. 20% or so. That should be a cutoff. That all looks there. Go ahead and turn on our lights. And we can go ahead and start. Right, N1 is increasing. Waiting for 12%. 8, 9, 12, 30%, low idle. Monitoring our gauges now. Prop and ITT are coming up. Good fuel flow. Temperature and pressures are good. Voltage is expected on a battery start like this. We're at 64. It's to 100. Alright, good start there. Go ahead and turn the right gen on. Get that battery starting to recharge. We're actually going to use the right gen to start the next engine. Go up here, we can check our voltages. Left gen obviously is 0. We got 28 at least on the right gen, which is what we need. Back down here. And we can turn this guy off. Go ahead and start the left one. Same process. Ignition and bad amp, that's expected. Master heat, yeah, that's fine. Figure that out later. Starting the left. %. Up to 34. And we get starter obviously. That makes good fuel flow, good T's and P's. Props coming up. ITT's in the green. %. Proper RPM 200. Cool. Beautiful, just waiting for this to stabilize. Go. Start. Go ahead and turn left gen now. And about 52%. Starter off on the left. Got it wrong. Off. Both off. Check our ACOSs, those are all cleared. We just have the pitot one, no heat. That's because they're off right now. We'll go ahead and turn them on. Start getting things warmed up. Over to our voltages here. Make sure we got 28 across the board. Except for external power, obviously, we don't have any. And battery should obviously be low. Let's use it to start, but we have 22 or 24, which is good. Everything looks normal for there. And go ahead and turn our avionics power on now. Perfect. So now we're in business. The startup is complete. We have our clearance. Let's go ahead and review our taxi plan out of here. Okay, so right here, and we're going to be taxiing down here, taking a left, and short, taking right. So if we go over to our books or plates, we can look at the airport diagram. And we can actually see what taxiways those are. So we're currently at right in front of this building right here. So we're going to be taxiing Charlie Delta, the hold short 26 for departure. So we can go ahead and announce our taxi. So
Toronto
the Sierra
Island
Charlie
traffic
X-ray,
Beechcraft Charlie,
taxiing Charlie
Golf
Delta for
Sierra
runway
Charlie
26.
X-ray is taxiing to runway 26.
Perfect. Alright. We'll be able to make a turn left here. Get out. Right has a person standing there. I obviously want them to move, but some things are possible in Flight Simulator. Let's go ahead and ensure our taxi. Good. Taxi and we'll turn. Landing lights will leave off. We'll get those before departure. Good, and start rolling here. Left. Sharp turn there. Bring it around. Point in the right direction at least. Hide this, get this here and here. And to enter onto Charlie. Okay, everything's good. We checked your instruments there on that turn. It's alive. We got 5,000 feet set. As per our clearance. Now we will also want to set up some automation as well. Because it seems a little tricky right now. Very, very touchy. Heading mode. Sync that to run heading. I'll just get it once we get to stop up here. I think there's a guy holding shit. Alright, so another player, I believe. Cool that he's in this. Here he goes. See ya. Okay, at this point, we're going to bring up our departure procedure here. Taking this a bit wide on purpose so I can angle myself out a bit better here. Stopping short of the hold short. Wait for him to depart still. With the parking brake line, that's expected. It's telling us we have the parking brake set. Okay, so we'll wait for that guy to move. We'll just review the departure here. So as I said, climbing left turn 150 up to 2000, and then, or correction, climbing left turn heading 150 to 2000, and then proceed on course 5DMA to, once we're past India Tango Zulu, which is the VOR. So let's go ahead and punch in that VOR in our comm. Just gonna get there. There we go. Procedures. Nav 1. India Tango Zulu is the VOR here. .15. 15. Transfer. Now in the active. Cloak is alive. It's actually a VOR though. I don't know why. Oh, it's the same. The DME is core located. That's, yeah, perfect. And then close that, and we'll bring up our bearing pointer. Nav 1. Reading ICR. Channel 38 Yankee. India Tango. It's the same. They're co-located. Perfect. So next thing is going to be setting up our heading, or our autopilot. Go ahead and synchronize that, and then we'll just swing it to the right. Runway heading here is 262. Perfect, that's set. Guys, clear our runway here pretty soon. And runway heading's in there, climbing up to 5,000. And we'll be using flight level change, so we'll just hit that now. Speed, we're going to be climbing up at 180. And that's set in there, and last but not least, our flaps takeoff. Good. Scroll out here. We'll be switching over to nav at some point. Set up for now. Put that on nav 2. Better way to do that, and we'll just use GPS. Okay, and our lights are coming on. We're ready for takeoff. Video call. City traffic. The X-ray is lining up for takeoff runway. Announcers departure. It's going to be south because we have to climb to heading. It's gonna be a turn to 150 once we're airborne. So, say it's gonna be to the south for now.
Toronto Island traffic Beechcraft Charlie, Golf Sierra Charlie X-ray taking off runway 26 departure to
Runway's
the south.
clear. And it's the brakes. Roll onto the active. Okay, so we got 10 knots of headwind. We're only at 4,000 foot runway here, so we're going to do a power against brake takeoff. There's no actual charts in this game to like check and be like, oh yeah, we can definitely take off here. There's no takeoff or landing performance either. It's just kind of from experience. So roll with it for now. Alright, brakes are held. Power's coming up. Power set. Brakes are running. Airspeed's alive. $60 knots. And 90. Positive rate. Here's coming up. Airspeed 110. Flaps up. It out here. Go hands free so I can engage the autopilot. There we go. Heading, flight level change mode. Autopilot. That's the yaw dampener, that's fine, we can turn that on. Dialing out the climb here. To capture 180, and we can go ahead and set climb power. That. And we want to start our left-hand turnout to 150 as per our departure procedure. Left turn 150. 150 is now set in. And we're on our way through 2,000, climbing to 5,000. Go ahead and make our radio call to Toronto Center.
Toronto Center Beechcraft Charlie, Golf Sierra Charlie X-Ray is at 2,000 feet, climbing 5,000 feet.
We're going to be requesting 16,000 feet.
Beechcraft Charlie, Golf Sierra Charlie X-Ray, Toronto Center, continue to England as planned. Altimeter 29.90.
They didn't tell us that our departure procedure was canceled, so we still have to fly that to 5 miles from ITZ, which obviously we can tell right now we're a lot more than 5 miles, so we're good, and we'll request an increase there.
Air France 351, you are 2,800 feet above your assigned altitude.
Switch over to
Descend
nav
and maintain
mode.
10,000 feet, altimeter 29.89.
FMS. And go ahead and select nav.
Descend and maintain 10,000
FMS autopilot's on,
feet,
flight level
Air
change
France
180 on the speed. Okay, let's go ahead and request by 10,000 here.
Toronto Center Beechcraft Sierra Charlie X-Ray. Request 15,000 feet.
And we're actually going to 16.
Beechcraft Sierra Charlie X-Ray climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect 15,000 feet.
Okay, he's holding us at 5,000 now. Again, probably keeping us around that Toronto approach path that I talked about. We'll acknowledge.
Climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect 15,000 feet. Beechcraft Sierra Charlie X-Ray.
We're all good. We're just kind of hanging out now. There is the sunset over Toronto. Let's go ahead and take a look outside just for fun.
Beechcraft Sierra Charlie X-Ray climb
Oops.
and maintain 15,000 feet.
They just gave us that 15,000. Let's go ahead and punch that in. Altitude. I'm going to increase. 15,000 here.
Beechcraft Sierra Charlie X-Ray acknowledge last transmission.
Oh yeah, we should probably do that too. It's kind of important. Got to read that back. It's a clearance.
Climb and maintain 15,000 feet. Beechcraft Sierra Charlie X-Ray.
So you can see here that altitude is actually captured and we're in altitude hold, so we just have to select light level change again. And we don't want to climb at 205, we want to climb at 180. But if we do it too aggressive here, we're going to go like super nose up. So just set like a speed that you have in there that gives you a good attitude, and then just slowly dial back the speed just to stay stable. Yeah, we're kind of doing like a roller coaster wave motion right now. Not super ideal. Just nice and slow, bringing on the speed. There we go. So that's all good. We're going to probably hit some ice here, so I'm going to go ahead and turn these on. Inertial separator's on. Good. We want that. Potato heats are on. Set these to normal for now. Might pick up some icing in the clouds. And we are on our way to North Bay. Easy peasy. There's, I believe that's Buttonville right below us, which is another airport. Got some traffic out there. There's the city of Toronto that we're just leaving now. More traffic out there. And that's pretty much it, guys. We are on our way to the climb now, 15,000. We covered clearances, we covered the startup. We talked about some different types of departures again today. It's VFR, so not a huge consideration because we can always see and avoid obstacles. But flying that departure procedure, as you saw, we turned to 150, got to 2,000 feet. We're 5 nautical miles away. We were able to turn an interceptor course to turn en route. We went over some automation stuff using flight level change, heading mode on the departure, gauging the autopilot, which is huge for you because it's going to open up your your brain bucket to manage more, which just makes your job easier because you're not hands-on all the time. But yeah, this is going to conclude part 2, and in our next video we'll be talking about part 3. So we'll be talking about talking to ATC a bit more. We'll be going over some fuel calculations and just monitoring our nav log. En route, it's pretty chill. Garrett flaps up coffee cup, so it's gonna be pretty relaxed. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you on part 3.